Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News, brought to you by Cutting to the Bone in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben, and as always I'm hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
Claire.
Hey.
And Pete.
Hello.
And this is our weekly show where we go through the weirdest stuff we found on the internet this week. Sometimes it's topical, sometimes it's just plain weird, sometimes it's a bit gruesome. We call it Weird News.
Sometimes it's nice.
Sometimes it is. You know what? I had a nice story, Pete, and I should have put it in.
Oh.
And I'm slightly disappointed I didn't now. But either way, we got this British warship here, HMS Warrior, is 166 years old and haunted by demonic spirits.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. HMS Warrior was the pride of Queen Victoria's Royal Navy in the 19th century, but today it plays host to weddings and parties. One ghost hunter, however, thinks something more sinister lies beneath its decks.
I think Most Wanted might have done an episode here. I think. They've done a few boats.
Well, of course they did. They turned up to the fucking opening of a haunted elephant envelope, Pete.
Or a haunted elephant.
Or a haunted elephant. and, who doesn't love a
Who
haunted elephant?
Who wouldn't turn up to one of them?
I'd turn up. I'd definitely turn up to a haunted elephant.
Especially if it was on the poop deck.
What, you want to be on the poop deck with an elephant? On HMS Warrior?
I just wanted to say poop deck.
Yeah.
Good word, isn't it? Poop. One ghost hunter believes HMS Warrior, once the pride of the Royal Navy's fleet during Queen Victoria's reign, could be home to sinister forces. Investigator Tony Ferguson said he's even managed to convince paranormal skeptics that something otherworldly occupies the Portsmouth-based ship. The 40-gun HMS Warrior was the first armour-plated warship in Britain's navy when it set sail in 1861 and was part of the country's fleet for almost 30 years, referred to as that black snake by Napoleon III.
Oh, was it shady?
Because it was like, it was painted all black. It was wasn't powered by sails, although it had rigging. It was powered by diesel engines, and it was steam engines. And it was faster. It had 40 heavy guns in the traditional down the side style. It was armour plated, and no one else had anything like it.
Sounds sick for the time.
It was sick for the time, and we painted it all black and called it HMS Warrior, and it had this warrior chick at the front with a sword raised, and it was metal as fuck. It was referred to as that black snake.
I wonder how many vessels it downed.
It didn't down any. It never saw any action.
Oh.
It just paraded around looking fucking
scary.
sweet and scary and deterring the French. And
Well, that was their deterrent at the time, wasn't it?
Pretty much. Because it was like a huge leap in shipbuilding. Today, though, it plays host to weddings, Christmas parties and visits by families and school trips.
After it became a museum ship.
After it became a museum ship, although now you don't need to go because I just told you all about it. The shot was never fired in anger. She was decommissioned in 1883, but has not stopped those interested in the supernatural from reporting strange findings on board. Mr. Ferguson said he had encountered loud bangs and, I'm going to quote, uneasy energy when he boarded the steam-powered frigate alone for the first time. The Southampton man decided to take a group which included people he referred to as paranormal skeptics, quote, onto the ship to test out his theory that the cabins and the gun deck might be haunted. Mr. Ferguson says, we encountered hissing sounds, disembodied voices saying, get out and leave, go, and banging noises, he said. They were left stunned. He claimed his guests last month also saw a strange, someone say that word for me?
Anomaly.
On the screen of one of his high-tech pieces of detection kit. At the same moment, a voice could be heard saying, satanic.
Sounds like he's using one of them throat voice machines.
I'm assuming that's how demons sound based on my Hollywood experience, Claire.
Okay.
The spirit hunter, who had been investigating paranormal activity for 13 years and believes he had his first experience with the dead while still a child, said, we were left shocked by what we experienced throughout the night. All of this was witnessed by members of the general public who were skeptics, believers and non-believers, and they were left stunned by what we were hearing.
Paddy in the background going, get out!
In
hiding.
2018, right, Mr. Ferguson told the Hampshire City's newspaper, Portsmouth, that he believed he had captured the ghost of Frances Nelson, the wife of the celebrated Admiral Horatio Nelson, while exploring HMS Victory. Is he capturing? He's not a fucking Ghostbuster. And if he is, why don't I go and join him?
But why would she be on HMS and anything?
Because she's looking for a beloved Horatio.
Yeah, but we didn't capture him or take him on a boat that was there about 80 years after he was doing his shit.
Who, Nelson? No, that's on HMS Victory.
Oh,
He seems to have captured her.
I'm confused.
She's roaming around HMS Victory, but this chap also went to HMS... Sorry. Yes, she's wandering around HMS Victory, and it's the same chap that's gone to HMS Warrior and gone, there's demons everywhere!
Right, so he was on about HMS Victory. That's where the confusion was. Because I was
She
thinking,
goes-
why was she wandering around HMS Warrior, like?
She got on the wrong ship.
that was what was confusing me.
And just if anyone doesn't know, that HMS Victory was as Admiral Horatio Nelson's flagship at the Battle of Trafalgar on the 21st of October 1803, I think, or 1805.
Looking at two ex-Navy people here, neither of us have got a fucking clue.
It's definitely the 21st of October. HMS Warrior didn't do any of that. She just sailed around impressing her friends, and now she's possessed by demons, apparently, according to this man.
Nah, she hasn't killed anything in action. How can she have ghosts?
Because
Yeah,
it's
I
that-
believe
is that a-
in ghosts, but that
Is that a prerequisite, Claire, is it?
Do you think? Oh, so they might just be like, oh, this is a nice
They may have
ship.
died of scurvy. I don't know, I don't
I mean,
think they died of scurvy in them days, would
She
they?
looks pretty mean, doesn't she? Right, for
Yeah.
a warship. She looks pretty mean for the time, 1860 something. She looks
Impressive, yeah.
1805.
1805. Close. I got the date right though, didn't I? 21st of October.
You did.
There we go. Yeah, she looks pretty mean. Maybe the inherent evil of the intent that she was meant to do attracted those demons. She's meant to kill, and she never did. She would have killed a lot if she could, because she was like the most advanced warship at the time.
Maybe lots
So they attracted the demonic energy with a murderous intent.
of people died building the ship.
Probably no more than any other time.
I don't know. It was
Sailors would have died.
It was a different ship, wasn't it? There was lots of new technology on the ship. Maybe more went wrong.
Someone might have slipped on the poop deck and hit their head.
What is it with you and slipping on the poop deck, Mike?
What did they slip on, Mike?
God, if you hadn't joined the Navy, that would have been it. You'd have literally been just kicked out for repeatedly shitting on the poop deck. Where is the poop deck? At the back or the front? We're Navy people.
I don't know. I was on
know.
submarines.
Oh, there was a port and a starboard.
Claire, you went on a ship.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I went on a walk round the ship.
Did I tell you where the poop deck was?
No.
Bloody hell.
I know it's the bit that you swab, innit?
Yeah.
The only bit, or just swap the rest?
Swab the poop deck.
I should move on.
Alright, as it's the World Cup, here's some FIFA corruption.
France legend Michel Platini admits World Cup '98 draw was fixed for Les Blues to face Brazil in final.
It's quite an accusation 24 years later, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah. The fact that it was organised so they couldn't. Oh, we'll find out.
The midfield ace, France boss between 1988 and 1992, has admitted he was involved in a plot to ensure the 1998 host could not meet favourites Brazil until the final. FIFA has long agreed that the host nation should be given a pre-draw seeding spot, while the other 7 seeds for the first 32-team tournament were allocated on a calculation mixing the world rankings with performances at the 3 previous World Cups. FIFA regulations for the competition state that the seeds should be randomly assigned in the finals draw, which took place inside the Stade Velodrome in Marseille, but Platini, who has been appointed co-president of the World Cup organising committee in 1992, pressed for a change that would allow France and Brazil to be kept apart until the ultimate showpiece.
Oh, more corruption, eh?
What a surprise.
And of course they went on to win that and the Euros after, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yep. Platini, speaking in a French radio interview, confessed, "When we organised the calendar, we did a little trickery. Whereas Russia were the only seeds who knew their spot for the 2018 draw, Brazil were announced as the top seed in Group A, with France taking the corresponding spot in Group C. With the path to the final preordained by the match calendar, the fix was in.
Well,
Russia in the World Cup this year?
Nope, they got banned.
Yes, that's right, they did.
everyone's shunning them, haven't
And rightly so.
So yeah, this doesn't surprise me. All corrupt, aren't they?
Yeah, there's just a bit of World Cup news. The World Cup has started.
Yeah, we just watched the opening game, haven't we?
Yeah, Qatar is shit. That's what we learned from that.
Ecuador batter them.
Ecuador are a team of technically guys who've got an advantage. You think about it, right? Ecuadorians play in the mountains, they're geographically quite a high country, aren't they? So many thousand feet above sea level. So they get better at breathing good thinner air. So you put them at Qatar, which is probably quite low to sea level.
It is sea level pretty
Yeah.
much, isn't it?
They're going to be like sucking in great lungfuls of air, be running around all game, won't they?
All the stadiums.
I'll never get out of breath.
All the stadiums, they're all situated around the coast as well. So they are all pretty much at sea level.
I don't know if the advantage works that way, but it would work
Well,
for definite if they were playing in the
to be
in the mountains.
fair,
then they would.
they were all still running around like spring chickens and having shot after shot.
Well, that's because they're
at-
professional footballers,
At
mate.
87 minutes though.
That's also because they're playing Qatar.
Yeah, but normally, come the 80th minute, you do see the team's tired, don't you? Always,
True.
always. But
Maybe-
they were still having plenty of shots that last 10 minutes, so maybe there is something in it.
Maybe they are a team of X-Men.
Moving on. Chinese man runs entire marathon in just 3.5 hours whilst chain smoking.
This is what I'd be doing if I could run marathons. Thanks, give me another fag.
The Chinese runner known as Uncle Chen has gone viral after completing the Jing'anjiang Marathon in Jiangdi. Yeah?
Yeah,
China.
spot on.
While smoking cigarettes throughout the 42-kilometre endurance event. Photos of the 50-year-old Gansu man were shared on a Chinese social media app, and the event's organisers shared his fishing certificate.
Finishing.
Finishing certificate after.
It's fishing certificate.
I was thinking, what the fuck?
Stop for a fish.
Stop for a fish.
How
That's why it
racist
took
are
him
you
3.5
being?
hours. You can stop down an hour of fishing and done it in 2.5 hours.
There is a picture of him just running with other competitors, and he's just got a fag in his mouth.
And he's 50.
It's just hanging casually out the corner, isn't it?
He did finish 574th though.
Yeah, but with a reasonably good time with 3 hours and 28 minutes 45 seconds out of nearly 1,500. That's not bad,
he's,
eh?
pretty much in the top third.
Yeah, and he's smoking all the way around.
And he's 50.
And there's no rules prohibiting marathon runners from smoking as they compete.
Well, if anything, it's got to be a hindrance, hasn't it?
I might go to the marathon next year just for shits and giggles and just smoke, just walk along smoking.
He's getting better. At the 2018 marathon, where he's also chaining, he got time of 3 hours 36.
Yeah.
He's getting better. Imagine what he'd be if he packed in the
Oh
smoking.
no, yeah.
But then again, I remember football players smoking back in the day. I remember David Ginola having a fag in a tunnel.
Half time and that.
Yeah, he'd have a fag. David Ginola.
Even Ginola, you have to be careful of accusations.
I'm pretty sure he had a cigarette.
A fag in it.
Yeah.
David Ginola is David.
David Ginola.
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 Hang on, you
Ginola.
can't say. I have to
David
say
Ginola.
David Ginola without you admitting that it's Genghis Khan.
I don't need to admit it's Genghis Khan because it's Genghis Khan.
Genghis.
Because one person said it's
We
Genghis.
stand by Dan Khan on this show. It's a prerequisite. It's one of the commandments.
Okay. Glad I didn't sign up to that.
You don't have a choice. By being here, you're part of the Council of Four.
I oppose the council. It's Genghis.
No, you're outvoted.
Moving on.
Communicative. Cats attentive to owner's voice, research finds. Cats more responsive if owners speak to them like babies, but less so if adult to adult tone used. So if you speak to a cat like a baby.
Everybody does, don't they?
Yeah.
You don't say, "Come here, cat."
I always be like that. Hello, Chester.
Yeah.
Come here, mate.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you know instinctively they're more responsive to that. And
Yeah.
now the evidence says, yeah.
Any cat owner knows the correct way to get their cat's attention is to sing "Here Kitty Kitty" rather than the flat "Come here cat." Now, research suggests cats may routinely tune into their owner's tone of voice to detect when they are talking to them rather than other humans. Most people automatically adopt a higher pitched sing-song tone when speaking to animals and human infants, although previous research has suggested that such baby talk is more likely to capture dogs' attention. Yeah, I would agree with that. I speak to Max like a baby. I even go, come on, Babby, let's go in here.
Oh, yeah.
Call him Babby.
Oh, yeah.
Call him Babby.
Come on, baby.
You Babby.
Let's go in here. That's
Just
basically what you're saying.
Go and sit on the sofa then. He wants to go sit on the sofa.
Hey, baby, come sit on my sofa.
Babby's
next
different.
to me.
It's like talking to a child then, isn't it, when you see Babby? It's Dawley slang.
Yeah, Dolly slang for baby. So you're saying,
Not
hey,
that
baby.
better baby, though, is it?
Hey, baby, come sit on my lap. You big chocolate Labrador.
Rottweiler.
Big Rottweiler.
No, I don't want that. You know, he's talking to like the kid, don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah, you do.
Less was known about how cats react to being spoken in this way, however, and to investigate, Charlotte de Mouzon and colleagues from Paris Nanterre University observed how 16 cats responded to hearing pre-recorded sentences spoken by their owner or a stranger by recording changes in their behaviour, such as moving their ears or tails, suddenly stopping what they were doing, or their pupils dilating, any of which could indicate that a sound had caught their attention. They found that cats were largely unresponsive to hearing a stranger's voice calling their name, but when their owner did it, 10 of the 16 cats displayed a constellation of behaviours suggesting increased attentiveness. Cats also showed more signs of interest when they heard their owner speaking sentences in a tone usually used to address their cat, but not when a stranger used this tone or when their owner spoke the same sentence as if addressing a fellow human adult.
So they've managed to figure out, if we're talking normally, we're speaking to humans. If we're talking baby talk, it's more likely to be directed at them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's it, isn't it? Because everyone does it anyway.
Yeah. But now we've got
Speak
proof.
to me rats like that as well. Like.
Probably the same for them.
Yeah. And my penis.
What, you got your speak to your penis like it's a child?
Yeah.
Out you come. Come on now. You can find it.
No, I'm joking.
What, is it retracted back into you?
Yeah.
I know you had the accent on the slide.
Might as well have.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Car crashes into couple's house for 4th time.
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
they live on one of them bends, don't they?
Yeah.
They're not the same car then. Not the same person crashing into the house 4 times.
You know what?
God damn it, I've done it again! I killed him. I love how red he gets.
I was doing so well.
It's been a while that.
Yeah.
A couple said they had a lucky escape after a car crashed into their house for the 4th time since 2008. Graham Hunter, 72, whose house is on a bend on the B4333 in Bringwyn, Ceredigion, said it was fortunate he and his wife were out
Somewhere in Wales.
The police said a 34-year-old man was arrested on suspicion of drink driving after a car crashed into a house on Tuesday. Mr. Hunter said he wanted to meet with council officials to raise awareness about safety on the road.
No shit.
We were out and I got a call from one of my farmer neighbours about the crash and we shot back and found the carnage there, he said. The driver had ploughed into an earth bank and all the earth, soil and rubble was thrown through the window into the house. It's completely demolished our fence and defaced the front of our house. If I'd been sitting in my usual chair, I could have been seriously injured.
Bloody hell.
Mr. Hunter said a previous accident involved a truck carrying scaffolding poles.
That's some Final Destination shit right there, that is. Do you think that this is like basically its time's up and the Reaper keeps missing
It's really trying. The Reaper's trying his hardest.
It's like the fucking Roadrunner, this chap.
Fuck, scaffolding didn't even work. Jesus. Be a tank next. A random tank will be getting taken along on the back of a truck or something to the nearest base, and it'll all accidentally fall off.
And roll down the...
Roll down into the car. And for some reason, it will have been armed.
Yeah. And that'll explode.
the
And fully
sudden
fueled.
the sudden jolt will somehow make it go off and it'll blow up.
And then because, you know, it goes just go, well, you know, just go through the house, it would do blow up. It would just go straight through
just
it.
go through, yeah.
It was fully fueled though, the spark cut the fuel tank. There you go.
So lucky in it.
Yeah, but I think they need to move.
Yeah.
They need to
The
move.
council need to do something.
It's just a bit, yeah. Hey, put a speed camera up, that'd be good.
A couple of chicanes or something to
Yeah.
make sure people have to
Speed
slow
bump.
down.
Speed bumps.
Yeah,
Maybe a
Sort it
sign.
out.
Maybe a sign.
Okay, and finally.
So a bloke nearly shit himself after finding deadly snake lurking in toilet cubicle. Well, at least he was in the toilet and he shit himself. Best place to do
I know, but there's no worse time
I know,
than
yeah,
having a
yeah.
shit to notice that there's a poisonous snake next to you in the cubicle with you. Because you're at your most vulnerable. That's why your dog will literally look at you while it's having a shit. Say, go on then, look out for me.
So in Queensland, he found a metre-long eastern brown snake lurking in the toilet cubicle.
Fuck.
The second deadliest snake?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So a bloke discovered deadly snake in perfect place to shit yourself in the toilet cubicle. At the time, he should have felt his safest. The man came face to face with the world's second most deadly snake,
Land snake.
land snake. The eastern brown snake, found at Alex Surf Club, was over a metre long, and pictures shared by Sunshine Coast snake catchers showed it curled up, relaxing on a sanitary bin.
Oh, they just chilled out. Just having a little nap on the sanitary bin.
You don't want to be disturbing it, do you?
No, you don't. You want to sit down and go, oh, let rip, and then realise at eye level there's a snake. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so Stuart Mackenzie, he was like on the team rescue, he said, it was a healthy snake, about 3.5 foot long.
That's
A
pretty
little
big.
ripper.
That's fairly big, isn't it?
It was relocated into natural bushland. So yeah,
Looks kind of cute in that picture.
lucky guy really that he noticed it and didn't sit
Just a
down
bit.
and start shitting and then it go, ooh, what's this? Chomp.
Straight into the bootock.
Yeah,
I think it would know, you know, unless you started poking it.
I don't know, if you sat right next to it and started taking a dump.
It looks pretty comfy.
I wouldn't want to sit next to one.
No.
Because they are known to be quite vicious, which is why they are so afraid of. We only have to watch Australian gold hunters, the Aussie gold hunter program.
Oh, yeah. I've not seen anything with any snakes on them.
Oh, I've seen a few episodes where they've come across an eastern brown snake,
Was it brown trousers time?
and mate, they shit themselves. They make sure they're well away from it.
No.
It's the one snake you don't want to get bit by. Certainly in the outback.
Well, no, because that's like Mad Max territory, isn't it?
Yeah. I suppose if you're in a built-up area, they're gonna have antidotes within half an hour
Yeah.
of anywhere like that, aren't they?
Yeah.
You'd think so.
So yeah, they do. They probably have them in most local chemists and all sorts.
If you're close to a town.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, Australia's
he was in a
fucking huge,
he was
isn't
in a
it?
club, wasn't he? So
Yeah.
he was more than likely close by.
Well, let's hope so. But they need a bit anyway, so...
Luckily.
So yeah, let's end the show there then, on that bombshell. I'm going to say I'm Ben, thanks for listening. You can listen to us on SoundCloud and other podcasting platforms at Cut to the Bull and the PTA. We're on Facebook at Cut to the Bull and the Post-Truth Apocalypse, and YouTube at Apocalypse Bull. Thank you for listening. Expect satanic voices on HMS Warrior. Should you go there after dark?
I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out, may the force be with you.
I've been Claire. Don't be smoking on the marathons.
Or do.
Dewey's getting better. Yeah.
I still don't think it's good long term, is it? Just think of the amount he's got to smoke just to, you know, train for it.
You think it's part of his training method?
Yeah.
Okay, fair
I've got to get through these 200 fags in an hour.
And I've been Pete. Look out for snakes when you're in Australia going to the toilet.
Or and spiders too.
Yeah.
I couldn't live my life like that.
No.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't check the toilet every time I go to it.
Got to be a little bit more aware.
I couldn't do it. It's a
Get
nightmare.
used to it, wouldn't you?
It's a nightmare. It's a living nightmare for me. That is. I hate spiders.
Well, don't move to Australia then.
I'm not going to. Never.
There we go, then we're sorted. Bye.